I have a small question for you, she told me, a hint of genuine curiosity in her voice as she spoke. By any chance, did Bradley really try to force himself on you? Caught off guard by her question, I frowned in confusion as I stared at her in shock and disbelief. What? I asked as I shook my head at her. Of course not. Who said that he did? Sarah gave Amanda a stern look as she looked back at me. Eric told Chase that Bradley seemed to be making you uncomfortable, she clarified as Rachel started to fuss. Moving Rachel over to her other knee, she started to bounce her knee in order to play with the baby. He's been asking around to see if you had said anything to anyone about Bradley, especially since Eric didn't have the whole story either. Realizing that they were asking not to accuse Bradley, but to clarify the situation, my eyes widened in surprise, and I started to nod my head. Of course not, I reassured them. I was still scared, and Bradley was offering me a ride back to the compound. I guess I should have been a little more vocal so that everyone knew it wasn't because of him. I guess I owe him an apology when he gets back. A sly smile spread across Amanda's face as she nodded at the room behind me. Looks like now's your chance, she informed me, and I turned to look at where she was motioning. Bradley, as well as several of the men who had saved me from the other men earlier that same day, had just entered the living room of the main house, and they all looked a bit gruff as though they had been riding around all day. Seeing me staring at him, Bradley nodded in acknowledgement, and I felt the fear rise in my chest as I turned around, feeling the color drain from my face as I looked away. It wasn't that I was afraid of him. I knew his reputation, but after seeing what he had done for me that morning, I was actually appreciative of him. However, what had me worried was the fact that Amanda and Sarah were already staring at me expectantly, as if they already expected me to get up and go apologize already. Even though I wanted to, I found it difficult to gather the courage to do so while so many people were gathered around. Taking a deep breath, I shook my head at them. I'll do it when he's ready, I commented, and I saw the two of them smile. When who's ready? Asked the cocky, familiar voice, and I whimpered as I turned to look back at Bradley, who was standing behind me as I turned around.